Hey there, mamas. This is Lee with Creative Two-Time Mom, and today we're going to talk about transitioning to a big boy bed. So it seems as though we are in the world of transition these days. My little guy will be turning 3 this week, and in the past about 4 months, he's gotten rid of the passy, he's transitioned to a big boy bed, and he's potty trained. And so I feel like we're coming into a new phase of life. And when we transitioned him into a big boy bed, I was super nervous about it. He was more than content to stay in his crib. With my oldest, he climbed out at 18 months, and so that was a sure sign that we had to transition him. But with this little guy, he just didn't care. He got in bed, it was no big deal. He's never tried to climb out, and I thought, what do I do with this kid? On the one hand, he's a dream because he stays in his crib. On the other hand, I have to be the mom that encourages him to transition to a big boy bed, and that's a scary reality. If you have ever transitioned a kid or thought about transitioning a kid, at least in my mind, I'm thinking, what is he going to do? Am I going to ever get any sleep? Is he constantly going to be climbing in and out? I don't know, and especially when he's sharing a room with his older brother. What's going to happen? So the biggest thing for us is that we slowly transitioned. We started to put him into the big bed for nap time, just to see how he would do. I wanted to have him in the room by himself to see if he would stay in there, and to also have it be at a time when I wasn't exhausted. I knew if I did it at night, I would be exhausted and I wouldn't want to deal with his behavior. So we started to do it at nap time, and every time he climbed out of the bed, we'd tell him, okay, you're not a big boy, you're going back in your crib. And then it was like, it clicked in his head, I want to be grown up. And so if I want to be grown up, I need to stay in my bed. So that worked for us. Nap time transitioned pretty easily. We still have to do a little nightlight. We still have to do music at nap time. But that worked really well. So then I started thinking, okay, what about bedtime? What am I going to do at bedtime? Big brother's going to be in there. They're going to want to play. So after a couple of weeks of doing nap time, my husband finally convinced me to try at bedtime. And I said, okay, but only on a night that you're not working, because he works nights. And I didn't want to be here by myself, taking that kid, picking him up, putting him back in bed all night long. So we did it at a time that we knew we were both going to be rested, and we were both going to be there to help, and we were both on board for it. I feel like if you're not a single parent, if you have a partner, utilize them in this process, because it is a process. He would lay in bed and he would try to get out of his bed so he could play with his older brother, and we would have to take him, put him back in bed, take him, put him back in bed. Finally, after a night, maybe 2 nights of that, he got the rhythm of like, okay, this is where I am. This is where I need to sleep. So for us, it worked. I know some families will do that and it will go on and on and on. One other thing that I think really helped was we put a bed rail on the bed, and so he almost has that wall of security like a crib, and so it makes him feel a little bit more closed in, and I think it gives that illusion of not being able to get up. So that's what worked for us. Would you leave me a comment below and let me know what worked for you? Give this video a thumbs up, and if this helped you out at all, click on the subscribe button, and we'll talk to you later, mamas.